What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so you can get updates on all of my videos. So you're probably stopping by because you want to know how you can purchase dirt cheap houses for pennies on the dollar. So make sure you stay tuned because I think you're going to like what I got for you in today's video. What is up, you guys? Welcome back. I am Mo. I'm a longtime real estate agent and real estate investor. And I know you are here because you want to know how you can purchase dirt cheap houses. Well, I think I have what you're looking for. So make sure you stay tapped in to the end of this video. So the interest rates right now are through the roof, okay? And I know you're probably looking for a cheap home. I know you probably see people buy houses all over the internet for dirt cheap. And yes, it is still possible for you to buy a house for $1,000, $5,000. This is possible, okay? So make sure you stay tapped in because I'm gonna give you a few websites towards the end of this video for you to look at in your search for cheap houses. Now, I wanna be clear about something. This is not your conventional way of purchasing a home. This is not financing or anything like that. This is absolutely just thinking outside of the box. You have to really think outside of the box if you're looking to purchase a dirt cheap home. And what do I mean by thinking outside of the box? Well, you have to think about off-market deals. These are deals where they don't even hit Zillow or Realtor.com. So let's not even think about Realtor.com. Let's not even think about Zillow. Let's just forget about those different sites because you cannot find good deals on those sites because the competition is just too stiff. And again, like we talked about earlier, the interest rates are just entirely too high. So in this video, I'm gonna give you a few little gems on how you can purchase dirt cheap houses and go through it's gonna be a tedious process, but I think it's worth it in the end. Now, real estate has created 90% of the world's millionaires. And this is a great way for you to get started. I know a lot of you guys are just itching to get your hands on your first piece of real estate. Well, again, purchasing dirt cheap properties is probably going to be the way for you. That's depending on your budget. I know my budget wasn't a lot, so that's what made me go and start purchasing dirt cheap real estate. Now, how did I start buying dirt cheap real estate? First, I started doing foreclosures, okay? And then I moved to tax sale and buying houses through the actual tax lien auction. And when you buy properties through tax lien auction, you would have to bid on them. Even on foreclosures through auction.com, I would bid on those houses, whether it be $1,000 or the bid starting at $1,000 or the bid starting at $5K. Sometimes the bid starts at $100. Now, this is going to depend whether it's a tax sale or auction.com, whichever one it is, okay? Now, when I started buying these houses, I don't even think a lot of people were even studying these houses or even thinking about them because I was able to buy houses for $7,000, $10,000 and less. So that's how I was able to build my real estate portfolio by buying dirt cheap houses. And these houses are now worth $100,000, okay? And that's why I go back to say, this is how real estate has built millionaires. Now, I want you to keep in mind that all houses will not sell for $1,000 or $5,000. I've seen houses sell for $20,000, $30,000, or even $40,000. But I have personally myself purchased houses for $1,000. I've also purchased houses for $4,000, and I've also purchased land as well. So the deals are out there. So here's how you can purchase dirt cheap houses. Now, every year there are billions of dollars in tax delinquent properties, and this is what we call tax lien investing. And so right here is a map, and you want to focus on the red states and the yellow states because all of these states are what we call tax deed states, and this gives you direct ownership of the property. But the owner can come back and redeem the property. They do have anywhere from 6 months to 3 years, depending on the state. All right. But that's why you have to do your research, and it can get a little tedious, but understand that There are penalties that the owner has to pay, but they do have the right to redeem the property. But if that owner does not redeem the property, then the property is yours. I would definitely recommend that you do your due diligence when you're going through this process, because like I said before, it's very tedious and it can get a little complicated. But this is one of the better ways for you, or one of the easiest ways for you to get into the real estate game and get your hands on a piece of real estate. A lot of these properties are vacant, abandoned properties. Now, some will be occupied, and you have to be careful with occupied properties. You don't want to go into an occupied property. I wouldn't even suggest that you go into a vacant property. I would suggest that you just drive by it, just make sure that the structure is there, because if you've seen in my my previous video, you saw where I went to look at a tax lien and the property was not existing. Okay, so you definitely want to make sure that the property is up. There's a structure on the property before you actually purchase it. Okay, and so tax deed investing is probably going to be your better out if you are like new to it. I wouldn't recommend that you jump into buying tax lien certificates, because if you look at places like the state of Alabama is a tax lien certificate state. The laws are different. That's why I buy a lot of my tax liens in the state of Alabama. But you got places like Georgia, Texas, Tennessee. These are all great places for you to purchase tax deeds. And also Arkansas. These places are good places for you to purchase properties and get them for dirt cheap. All right. And so when you're out here looking, again, make sure you do your due diligence on these properties. I would even recommend hiring an attorney if necessary. Sometimes it's not necessary, but I would definitely recommend it. Tax lien investing is like a win-win situation. You either get your money back plus interest, or you receive the property. And the reason why the state auctions off these properties is because they need the funds for the fire department, the police, or whomever to make the state continue to function properly. And so this is a great way for you to get started in real estate. If you want to get your hands on your first piece of real estate, I would definitely recommend it. I highly recommend it, because again, I'm a prime example. This is why I'm coming to you with this video, because I have purchased several different properties through tax lien investing. All right, guys, so let's talk about the process of locating these properties and where can you find them. If you are in Louisiana, Civic Source is a great reference to find tax sale properties. You can actually bid on Civic Source online. They will actually bid for you, but they do require a deposit for you to put down. The next site will be auction.com. Auction.com is a great site. These are more foreclosed properties, but there are also some tax sale properties, but majority of those are foreclosed properties. And let's say, for example, you are in Georgia, and if you're in the metro area, let's just go to Google and type in Fulton County tax deed sale, because Georgia is a tax deed redeemable state. And so, like I stated earlier, you will get direct ownership to those, but just type that in, the list will populate. You can go to each county and do the same thing. Georgia has a tax deed sale in the first Tuesday of every month. And the next thing you want to do is check out your local newspaper. Sometimes they actually post the tax lien properties in the newspaper. Or you can go down to the actual tax assessor office and get a list from the tax assessor. Now, if you call the tax assessor, good luck. You may be able to get it to them and you may not. I'm sure the phone is blowing up. A lot of people are trying to take advantage of tax liens now because people are finding out about them. But I would just say, hey, go down there. That'll be a better out. Now, in this video, I gave you tons of value on how to find dirt cheap properties for the low, for pennies on the dollar. So don't forget about redemption period. Don't forget about the fees. Don't forget about all of the things that we discussed, because we talked about how it's going to be a tedious process, but once you do your research and you do all of your homework, that's the hard part. And the next thing is just go out there and have fun with it, guys. Don't overcomplicate the process. I hope that I gave you plenty of value in this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you guys for tapping into my YouTube. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.